Drivers, to your cars.
Rolling.
And good evening! Even though I assume you guys already been here, we are back live here at IRP following an incredibly great truck race. However, we just have one more race to go, and it is the ARCA series.
Yes. Le Arca. Le Arc. Le Arc. Lorca. I don't know how to rap.
Okay.
That was
Fair enough.
terrible.
Anyways, let's not waste any more time. Let's see how these hooligans start.
Yes.
I will take the front row. On the front row, you got Ernest and Mini Tyrell.
Next we see Mahiro Oyama and Lane Riggs. Because he rigs.
And behind them, you have Melanie Raymond and Karen Catfish.
Next we see Gio Ruggiero and Toro Hakuri.
And behind them, you have Kik Batowski and Ethan Rice.
Next we see the points leader Carmen Jordy and Ewan Day.
Behind them, you have hold up. So I was gonna say Dinky, whatever his name is, and the guy who seems to not know how to win anymore, Harrison Burton.
Next we see Alejandro Serrano and Brendan Queen.
And behind them, you have Z.C. Kane and Kevin Harvick. Mr. Where did he come from?
Drew Dollar, who won the first 3 races of the year, we already know that, and Justin Haley.
Behind them, you have, let's see here, Katie Hosuki, and Skylar Thomas.
Next up, Momiji Hosuki and Curtis Glover making his first start, still subbing in for Bob Babowski.
And behind them, you have Emily Blight and Kendo.
Next, we see Tanner Cole and Mihari Oyama.
And behind them, you see Landon Sandcastle and Michael McDonald's.
Next, we see Frankie Muniz and Donna Sonora.
And behind them, you have Cy Daisy and Christopher Bell.
Next up, we see Corey LaJoy and Esmeralda Sanchez.
And behind them, you got. Hold on. Let me see this right here. You have Carson Ferguson and Adrian Hopkins.
We see Yema Hopkins and Lily Jacoby.
And rounding out the field is stage winner Martrex Jr. and Britt Cruz.
Who gets the coconut?
Anyway.
To this one, I'm going to say, Dale, I see a good chance that Melanie Raymond, call me crazy, Melanie Raymond is going to win.
That is fair. She has been fast. But Angel, something I believe, I think it is time for redemption for Kendo. Because how Lime Rock went for her, it wasn't the best, as we know. But I think tonight, she's looking for redemption.
All right, so you think that she's going to get the win. All right, I like it. Are we serious?
Yes.
Anyways, let's start.
Drivers, start your engines.
all you can do is sigh as the engines fire because you know they are gonna forget how to drive.
Yep. Anyways, we're gonna go 75 laps on this one, Dale. This is gonna be a good one.
Yes, it is. A little bit. It's shorter than the truck race because, well, let's face it. These stupid drivers don't know how to drive.
Pace car's
But-
beating the wall.
This car is still has the lights on, but who cares? Because you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ARCA racing.
What?
I thought we were gonna go ARCA racing. What are we doing? This has to be a joke.
I think. What the heck happened? Was there a caution before we went green?
I think it was the pace car because I saw the pace car lights still on.
Let's see what happened. Was it with Tanner Cole?
Probably was. Let's see. Oh yes. Are we serious?
Are we?
On the pace li-
Oh. Well, at least that gives the opportunity to Kendo to get her damage fixed.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That was funny. Oh my god. Anyways, here we go again, Dale. Take it.
Well, we're gonna try it again. Hopefully nothing stupid happens. And it probably won't because here we go! Green flag in IRP!
Manny Tyrell having a good leader here in this early part of the race.
Something that Mini Tyrell is gonna have to worry about is how close the second place car gets to him because as we know, as we know, this kind of short track racing that we're having here tonight, car that we are destined to see a bump and run.
Oh, and we saw a car coming up pit road again. It was the 72 of Frankie Muniz. And he's a lap down.
Yeah, don't really understand why that happened. But so far, up in the front, it looks to be a two-car race. If you want to call it that.
Yeah, so far it is a good, nice standing two-car race. But I gotta tell, oh, another car coming up pit road?
I don't know what's going on here.
It seems to be
Something-
the 26 of Landon Castle. Wow. I didn't expect that.
Neither did I, but what I have learned, expect the unexpected.
Oh yes, we have to. As right now we're seeing the 04 of Toro Hawker as the fastest driver, even though we don't count the fastest laps in the series.
That is true, but also, Angel, something else we gotta worry about, something else we gotta talk about. Hawkeye has not won a race in a very long time.
Oh yeah, last time she did it was at Berlin. Not the city in Germany.
Yes, we feel like we have to tell you all that because, you know,
Yeah,
Anyway,
it was the track without the wall.
yes.
I don't know how that was declared safe for ARCA, but whatever.
Uh-huh. But yeah, looking back at the front again, as of now, it's still calm. I mean, everybody's racing fairly respectfully.
Kind of like how we saw in the truck race, which just happened.
Exactly, and also something else you gotta have in mind. This track still has a lot of grip from the truck race that we just had.
Yeah, there's still a lot of grip left on this asphalt. Look at Ernest; he's trying to take advantage of it, trying to get past the 14.
As you can, yes. Also, as you can see, Ernest is trying to bring the third place car with him.
That's Karen Catfish in the 37.
If Ernest stays behind the 14 of Mini Tyrell, Catfish is going to catch up. And what's going to happen is she's going to have a 2-for-1 special.
Exactly. That is everyone's reaction right now on that part. As we're gonna take a look at the back of the field.
You can see Tendo still kind of struggling. Short tracks like this really is not her specialty. She's more of a road course driver.
And dirt driver as well.
Exactly. Unless you have Sheldon Creed
Yes.
at the racetrack.
Exactly. Or maybe you don't want that. Maybe you don't want a Sheldon Creek right next to you, and he's racing the Creek Cup race tomorrow.
Yes, he is, and man, I am also something else I gotta see here. I can't do words. Anyway, the second place car is in a Ford Sandwich.
Yep, that's the spoiled meat on that blue oval sandwich, and Indiana is not that far away from Michigan.
Indeed, it is not. So it would kind of be a little bit of a good kind of like a home track race win a little bit if Ford was the win here. Home away from home.
Exactly, as we continue to see this 97 of Alexi still in a really good position. However, he could start to see the fall off if that 37 current Catfish manages to get past.
Yes, as you can see, and also something else you gotta notice: if Catfish continues to draft off of him, then she's gonna have enough momentum. How do you say that word? To get by him, and then it's downhill from here.
Well, sure it is. As we continue to see the rest of the field, look at 51.
I believe that's the only Dodge out here.
Yeah, it is the only Dodge.
But yeah, as we have seen here, we have seen what seems to be train racing, and I think that is due to because how all the tire wear that we have at a racetrack like this.
Yeah, you see how much it is. I mean, everyone is single file.
Also, what that does is it also helps with the gas too. Like you burn less fuel drafting behind somebody than you would, let's say, battling them.
Exactly, and that's one of the things that they're trying to do. Is we're gonna see a battle over here.
See Harrison Burton battling with a Toyota. Harrison Burton really has not had that good of a season this so far.
He really hasn't. I mean, this season started without a sponsor. He picked up Sam Houston as well as NASA, but I don't know. That hasn't done much to improve the results.
That can be said about his teammate up in the truck series, Kaylee Bryson. But you know, that's the trucks. This is different racing, but
Exactly. Oh, seems to be a little bit of damage to that 27.
I believe that's Frankie Muniz in the 27.
Nope, it's Carmen Jordy.
Oh,
Yeah, you see that opening on the hood?
yes.
Hey, she had a little bit of a fender bender.
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy how small damage like that can affect the car. Can affect the car so majorly.
Maybe it can make it better, maybe it can make it worse, Dale.
Exactly.
We're continuing.
Something else we gotta talk about here is Landon Castle with the pit road.
Seems to have that damage as well. No, it doesn't.
Also, Angel, something else we gotta talk about here. I don't know if you noticed this too, but like, since like they're racing the way they are now, the laps are going by faster. I believe that is a little bit like a strategy that all these drivers have created for each other. A little bit of teamwork.
Yeah, it's what they're doing at the moment.
But yeah, the 14 Mini Tyrell has not lost that lead yet.
Caution, caution, caution.
And the yellow flag waves for.
They say debris in turn 2.
Oh.
And I see that piece of debris. That is a cowboy hat.
Oh, come on, not again. Not a second week in a row.
I know, like, why would you want that?
Oh, we got pit. I think we got people pit. Yeah, we got people pitting.
Yeah,
Tyrell.
Yeah, this is the only pit stop that they want to make, Dale, because if they pit right now, they're gonna unfill the rest of the way.
Yes, they are, because then we saw that the way that they were racing before the yellow came out. If they pit now, and this is the only caution we get, they will be good.
They'll be Gucci.
Indeed, they will.
That was my alarm.
Anyway, it seems like everybody went down pit road.
Yeah, that's the everybody. Oh, a couple of cars stayed out. Yeah, the 72 and the 26. Ernest gets the leg out of pit road.
Beating Tyrell and Catfish.
What a
and
surprise.
Everybody else. There's nobody ever.
Yes. And finally, our 2 lappers come on pit road.
Also, somebody else we haven't really talked about. Last week's winner at Lime Rock, Corey LaJoy.
Oh yeah, the Corey boy. He's been doing rather decent. Unfortunately, he's stuck at the back.
Not a very good pit stop. Really didn't help things.
Yeah, that is true, and that is a big problem for that 7 car if he wants to for a better position in the standings later on, as we see the 72 and the 26 getting stopped, and now they're letting go.
I don't know what that was for.
It was to let the pacing line go by.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask, what are we doing?
Of course, because both of them went on pit road, no wave around.
That also will help the leader as well.
Yeah, that is true. Well, actually, it would help the top 2, Tyrell and Alex.
But it would also kind of hurt the third place car.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt Karen a lot. It's gonna hurt Ethan Rice a lot. It's gonna hurt Lane Briggs a lot.
But you never know. They might have something planned here that we just don't know.
We're coming on with all this Cars vibe. That's the exact same thing that Daryl Cartwright said before McQueen blew the tire.
Well, I did watch a Cars movie while the truck race was going on, so that explains that much for you.
Yes. I think the next thing to happen is for Ernest to blow up a tire.
Most likely, but hey, but before that can happen, the next thing that happens is the pace car is gonna head off on down pit road and hopefully not ride the wall again.
You gotta admit, that was fun.
Yes, it was.
Because here they come.
33 of 75 laps completed. But there's gonna be 2 lap cars.
Pace
I
car
won't make
didn't
much of a
ride the wall.
difference. Because we're back green. Wait, too soon. We'll try it again. We're back green.
And Ernest is already pulling.
Ernest says, "I don't want anything to do with these 2 lap cars behind me. I gotta get going." And one of the lap cars is gonna hold up Tyrell.
That's gonna be a bad problem. That is Frankie Muniz, and that's 72 trying to hold on. And he's also trying to get his lap back the hard way.
He's trying to draft behind the leader, Ernest, but I believe Tyrell is trying to use it. Fuck. Who's this guy?
Frankie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Frankie Muniz is trying to earn it. As you can see, Tyrell is trying to draft behind the lap car of Muniz.
Guilty?
Yes. But it doesn't seem to be helping Tyrell a whole lot.
And we're about to approach the halfway point right here.
And you know, Angel, it's like I said before about the car and damage being very effective to a race. Muniz is experiencing that.
Yep, alongside his teammate.
Trying to what looked like battle for position, but it's not working out too good.
Now look looking really good as we're going to take a look at the rest of the field. Look at side AC, for example.
Ooh!
Whoa! Almost an instant contact with Donna Sonora.
Ooh, close for comfort right there.
Or maybe it's the comfort that you want to get close to. that was terrible, wasn't it?
Yes.
And the most aggressive positions that we're seeing is over here at the back.
It looks like Kendo is going to lose another position, or at least take a position. I don't know what she's trying to do here.
She's trying to make that inside line work on the turns. The problem is, drivers get really good runs from that outside line.
Yes, they do, and it looks like Kendo is finally figuring that out. So she's like, heck with it. I'm going to go up to this line now.
And she goes back inside.
She's experimenting. She's trying to figure out which line works good for her car.
And I think it's trying to go to that outside. I think the outside is right now where she's trying to go, but at the same time, I don't think she has a good car to try to hang on. Because remember that she started with fuel damage.
Yes, she did, and it looks like the last place car is trying to get by her.
She did get the run now.
I don't think he has the car that she needs here tonight. I don't know what something is definitely wrong with that car.
Yeah, something must be wrong. Meanwhile, up front, oh my goodness.
It's not even fair at this point. She's just running away with it.
Yep, Ernest at the moment running away with this one. And it's right now becoming a pain in the butt for Mini Tyrell.
I'm willing to bet you Tyrell is wanting to dump Muniz right now, but he just can't do it.
Yeah, he is.
Personally, I would.
Yeah, I would as well. I mean, Frankie's just being a nuisance out on the racetrack for Mini Tyrell. And he's right now not happy. Let's listen to the radio. I'll get this son of a out of here. He just won't move. At turn 4. We're gonna probably have to request the officials to caution.
Oh. Apparently you can request cheating from the officials.
Wow! I never thought I would hear that.
Happened a lot in the Sprint Cup Series, though.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the first time I ever heard request a caution, not for debris, not for a car stalled on the racetrack, but just because a lap car is being a nuisance to you.
Indeed. Looks like he's caught up to Muniz now, but the problem is, Angel, Muniz is just getting away from Tyrell in the corners.
At least trying to.
Oh, and Muniz just flipped Tyrell off.
Wow, that is just... Yeah, you don't do that. You just cannot do that on the approachers.
Muniz was telling Tyrell he was his #1 fan.
Oh yeah. You know what? We're gonna take a small replay of this race, of this movement. Right there.
As you can see it.
Quite a long time since we had a replay for a moment that wasn't related to a wreck.
Indeed, and also, Angel, I don't know about you, but I'm also hearing the officials talking to Frankie Muniz's crew to relay a message to get Muniz out of the way of Tyrell.
They're telling you if you don't get off the 14, you're gonna get black flag. Black flag for what? It ain't my fault. You just cannot pass me. I mean, in his shoes, Dale, I get it. It ain't his fault. He has a good strong car, but at the same time, you're also being a nuisance. Like, you're letting Ernest get ahead of you.
Yeah, I can relate to that, especially what happened to me at Dover earlier in the year in AT&T. It's very frustrating. But also, I can also see it from Frankie's shoes. He's just trying to race, and he thinks that Tyrell should just go around him.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you can do that in theory. Or something else can relate to it. And it's, oh!
Get a caution.
Another one, and they're seeing debris in turn 4.
Oh no! I see pieces of sheet metal apparently here.
That is no bueno.
I don't know where the pieces of sheet metal came from.
May have come out of Donna Sonora's car. Because
We're
you
gonna have to
see
see
that
it.
you see that big hole right there.
Yeah. What exactly happened to her to cause this?
Well, it was contact during the caution, but when did the piece fell off?
That is the $1,000,000 question that we're all
right
asking.
there. Right there, it fell off.
Looks like it was being held on by bear bond, and the bear bond just came loose.
Yeah, that's a big problem right there. You don't want that bear bond.
The bear did not want to bond.
Exactly. That is someone's reaction. And not only are they waiving the 72, but they also want to waive the 26 of Landon Castle to make this race, quote unquote, a little more fair.
Oh man, this is gonna be rather interesting now.
Yeah, I was gonna make it very interesting, but now let's take a look at how much this continues on through. Because right now that the leaders don't have any cars to their inside, then the big question is, can they finally race each other?
Also, something else we gotta talk about. Just look how many laps we got left whenever we go back green.
Oh yes, we're gonna have less than 15 to go once we hit the green.
So it's gonna be very interesting to see how these top three race each other.
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting. As interesting as tomorrow.
You know what? Also, Angel, before you get to that, let's throw in the top 4 into that too.
Yeah, because not only we have Ernest and Minnie, but also Karen Catfish and Ethan Rice. I mean, you gotta give shout out to Ethan Rice for even holding on with this 51 machine.
Exactly. Also, Angel, something else we gotta talk about. We also got a big crown jewel for the Cricket Cup Series tomorrow over at the big track.
Ah, yes. The Cricket 400 at the Brickyard tomorrow at 1 p.m. At 1:30 Eastern on Radio Angel YM.
I know I'm excited to be there because I'm gonna be possibly reporting from the backstretch.
Ooh, radio style.
Something else. There's something that's keeping us from getting there.
Ooh, what is that?
It's being right here.
Yes. That's the big thing, as next week we're also gonna see a very diverse schedule for this series. I mean, ARCA's going over to Iowa.
You know that's gonna be hell.
Yep. As well as AT&T going to Iowa, but the Cup Series is venturing south of the border to Mexico City.
Oh, that's gonna be something.
But the funny part is that they're going to the oval configuration of the track, not the road course.
Oh, we got a banger of a weekend coming up for you folks. Next week, but that's next week. This is this week.
Yes. This is this, that is that.
You know what else this is? This is... Wait for it. Wait for it. Back green!
Oh, and a small jump for the 97 of Ernest Alexi.
Ernest is gone, but Tyrell and I believe also Catfish are keeping up with him quite nicely.
Yes,
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but right now Tyrell's the one getting closer.
Tyrell is reeling Ernest in, and the Catfish is following. And reeling him in, he is. And also, Catfish is reeling Tyrell in, while Tyrell reels in Ernest.
Oh, yes.
And also, Ethan Rice is reeling in Karen Catfish.
Yeah, but look at this. The distance now between the 14 and the 37 is starting to grow because because he's focusing on the 97. Look at that. He gained a good amount of time against that 97 car, which means that it is go time for this 14.
Also, something else you gotta think about, there is no lap traffic to be in the way of them. So therefore, Tyrell can go as hard as he wants to and not worry about anybody getting in his way.
Could be like that, but the problem is, how do you stop the 97 machine from winning?
Easy, you turn them.
Or maybe maybe he doesn't want to turn him, but rather rattle his cage.
Yeah, totally. But as you can see right here on this camera view, the gap has grown again.
Yep, the gap is growing, and right now Ernest is trying to pull in that's maximum because he knows that giving up right now could cost him.
I believe Ernest is just waving goodbye to Tyrell.
Yep.
As the lap wind down.
Yeah, and we're gonna take a look at another huge storyline. That being the points. Because remember, Carmen entered as the leader in points this weekend. However,
But
and one day entered tied with Kendo. It looks to me like Carmen is gonna lose the points lead to one day.
most likely will that be that way. But we're gonna have to see.
And also another good points day for Karen Catfish, who is gonna be finishing third if the race continues on this way, which could bump Kendo up to down to fourth in the standings.
It's gonna be a very good points day for Catfish, and a hell on earth for Kendo. But you know what? But you know, I also believe as they come back to receive 2 to go. I also believe that at Catfish, I think she knows that she will that if she finishes in third, what you just said in the points will definitely happen to her, and she's happy about that.
Oh yes.
However, we come back around to receive the Wells Fargo 1 to go for Ernest Alexi. And Angel, what a drive it has been here at IRP all night. Everything is going well for Ernest. Coming out of the last turn, coming down the front stretch to collect the checkered flag. Ernest Alexi wins.
Oh my God! Good job! Good job, Ernest! Good job! First of many, boy! That's the first time I ever heard that.
You can actually hear the joy on the radio, and how could you blame him?
Yeah, that is true. Like, how can you blame these guys? I mean, they had a great race. Advantage of the pit stop situation. What a day it has been.
Indeed, they did, and also, and you know, before we wrap things up here, let's take a look at the official results.
Oh yes, let's take a look at him, Dale. You go.
All right. Obviously, the winner, Ernest Alexi, finishes first, behind, and the Mini Tyrell finishes second. Karen Catfish third. Ethan Rice fourth. Lane Riggs fifth. Gio Ruggiero finishes sixth. Edwin Day finishes seventh, and Harrison Burton finishes eighth. Very strong showing for Harrison Burton. Another strong showing for Turu in the 04.
And how about that 10 car of Brendan Queen finishing the 10th position? 10th for the 10.
Another very good points. Another very good day for Carmen Jordy finishing 11th, and Melanie Raven finishing 12th, and Sonora finishing 13th.
Yeah, that was a very terrible day for Donna Sonora. As we take a look at the rest of the results.
Angel, you got this.
Yep. Some very noticeable stuff. Not the finish that she wanted, but this is what Kendo gets after recovering from a fuel issue, and also causing a caution before we even took the green flag. A mighty bad recovery for Frankie Muniz and Lana Castle.
Yes, it was, and I'm willing to bet you that the officials are going to be talking to Frankie Muniz about what he did to Minnie Tyrell.
Yeah, that should be a little bit of a stern talking to by the ARCA officials, and only Christopher Bell, Cy Daisy, and Mahiro Oyama finished on the lappers.
Well, Angel, 75 laps in the books.
Oh, yes.
And with that, before we go, we are not finished here in the great state of Indiana because, as said before, tomorrow at 12:30 over at the big track, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, on Radio Angel YM, the big boys take to the track. It is the 2026 Cricket 400. And with that, for Angel Diaz Rauda, I am Dale Bush saying thank you for joining us and get out!